Auburn University's spring commencement ceremony will begin in 5 minutes. please rise for the commencement processional.
Welcome to Auburn University's Spring 2015 Commencement Ceremony. We will begin our ceremony with the presentation of the colors. I ask that all gentlemen please remove your headdress for the presentation of the colors and during the national anthem. Please remain standing. March on the colors. Terry Solly, who graduates today with a degree in vocal performance, will lead us in singing our national anthem. She will be accompanied by the Auburn University Graduation Band, conducted by Dr. Rick Good, Director of Bands.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you. Retire the colors. Please be seated. It is now my pleasure to introduce Auburn University's president, Dr. Jay Gouge.
Thank you. This is certainly a great day in the life of Auburn University. It's a great day in each of your lives, and I feel honored to be able to share it with you today. I want to formally welcome you to the Spring 2015 Commencement Ceremony. I want to introduce some members of the platform party. I will ask that they stand and remain standing, and I'll ask that you hold your applause until all are recognized. Let me start with the member of our Board of Trustees, Miss Elizabeth Huntley, Dr. Don Large, Executive Vice President, Dr. Timothy Businger, Provost, Ms. Gretchen Van Valkenburg, Vice President for Alumni Affairs, Ms. Jane DeFalco Parker, Vice President for Development, Dr. John Mason, Vice President for Research and Economic Development, Dr. Bobby Woodard, Vice President for Student Affairs, Ms. Regina Sanders, Auburn Alumni Association Board of Directors, Ms. Michelle McKinnon-Doyle, Senior Vice President and Chief Information Officer for the National Football League. She's an Auburn graduate, and she will be our commencement speaker today. Dr. Bonnie McEwen, Dean of the Libraries. Dr. George Crandall, Associate Dean of the Graduate School. Dr. Charles Israel will be our Master of Ceremonies, and he serves as the Academic Dean in the College of Liberal Arts. Pamela Ulrich, Graduation Marshal and the Under Armour Professor in the Department of Consumer and Design Sciences. Dr. Patricia Duffy, Chair of the University Senate. Lieutenant Colonel Scott Copeland, Commanding Officer, ROTC. Captain Paul Esposito, Commanding Officer, Navy ROTC. Lieutenant Colonel Jeffrey Hemmis, Air Force ROTC. This is Colonel Hemmis's last graduation ceremony at Auburn. He will be moving to Colorado Springs to head up the Air Force Space Command. So let's give a round of applause for him specifically. Mr. Rick Smith, graduation reader and lecturer in the School of Communications and Journalism. Mr. Steve Geis, speech interpretive specialist for students with disabilities. Let's have a round of applause for all these individuals. Thank you. At the very heart of all great universities are the faculty, and we have individuals here representing the faculty today, and I would ask that they stand and let's give them a round of applause for the great job they do. Faculty, please rise. Thank you. I would ask those that are candidates for graduation to please rise. All of you, come on, get up, get up. Graduates, I would say it's time now for you to say thank you to all those that are around that helped make today possible. So a round of applause for your friends and family. Please be seated. To our graduates, we're obviously very proud of you. We value your determination, your sacrifice, your discipline, your intelligence, and that special Auburn spirit. You've earned a degree that will be valuable to you both professionally and personally. Today you join a special family of Auburn graduates. Since our beginnings in 1856, we have had nearly 300,000 degrees awarded by Auburn University. Today we'll award 3,780 degrees at the doctorate, the master's, and the baccalaureate level. Very simply, congratulations and War Eagle.
We are honored to have Michelle McKenna-Doyle with us today to deliver our commencement address. Ms. McKenna-Doyle is an Enterprise, Alabama native who came to Auburn with a love of football. She graduated from Auburn University in 1987 with a degree in accounting and began a 13-year career at the Walt Disney Company and Walt Disney World in 1993, eventually becoming Vice President of Information Technology in 2004. While working her way up the ladder at Disney, she also earned an MBA in Marketing and Finance from Rollins College in 1995. After serving as the Senior Vice President and Chief Information Officer for Centex Destination Properties, Ms. McKenna-Doyle returned to the world of theme parks, serving as the Senior Vice President and Chief Information Officer for Universal Orlando Resort. At Universal, she was part of the leadership team responsible for the design and launch of the Wizarding World of Harry Potter theme park. Following her time at Universal, Ms. McKenna-Doyle became the Chief Information Officer at Constellation Energy in Baltimore, Maryland. Then, in 2012, she became the Chief Information Officer for the National Football League, combining her years of hard work and business savvy with her love of football. She is responsible for the league's technology strategy and implementation, and her influence is seen anywhere from tablets on the sidelines to entire Wi-Fi networks in NFL stadiums. With each technological innovation, she is changing how the game is played and enjoyed by fans. Please join me in welcoming Michelle McKenna Doyle back to Auburn.
Good afternoon, Board of Trustees, Dr. Gouge, faculty, families, and you, our graduating seniors. Thank you for asking me to be here on this special day. I'm truly humbled and honored. Before I begin my remarks today, just a couple of things. First of all, happy Mother's Day to all you moms here and to all of you. What a great graduation day for Mother's Day. I'd also like to thank those sharing the stage with me today because they've heard this speech 3 times. But maybe we save the best for last. The Liberal Arts College, School of Nursing, School of Forestry and Wildlife Sciences. Woo! All right. I admit that while I was a big dreamer while I was at Auburn as Michelle Robinette, I'm quite sure that dream never included that I would be standing here speaking to all of you today. So thinking about what to say today was a true soul-searching exercise for me. What could I possibly say to you that you haven't already heard from all the great teachers, mentors, or coaches of your life? What would leave a lasting impression? Initially, I started out by listening to speeches online of other famous commencement speakers, got a little bit intimidated, started to ask friends and family what they'd like to hear, and my own college-age son for some advice. Ultimately, I ended up just doing it my way. After all, the only story we can tell is our own. So hopefully you'll enjoy this moment as much as I've enjoyed it. Today, I'd like to share thoughts about just 3 things: remembering your past, always relishing your present, and keeping your eyes pointed firmly north. And referring to the north here, not in a geographical sense, of course. Although I live in New York City, this is my forever home. Before we talk about our past, I'd like to take a moment to be very present here and now. I know all types of thoughts are running through your mind, and you're most likely feeling a mixture of emotions: excitement, worry, melancholy, or maybe even boredom. I'm pretty sure that's what I was feeling 28 years ago. I was worried about the traffic on Highway 280 so that I could get to Birmingham as soon as possible. But even with all that in mind, let us pause for just a moment and allow yourselves to be very present in this moment and very connected to one another. We are so often connected to our devices, it's nice to take a moment to really be connected. So if you're comfortable doing so, graduates, please close your eyes and take the hand of the person next to you. This is your Auburn family. And while we will always be a part of you, this is the last moment we will be together exactly like we are right now. Think about the people you are connected to. Remember your accomplishments. Feel the pride you so deserve. There are moments in life when you must truly stop to smell the roses, and this is one of those moments. Okay, you can open your eyes. Don't worry, I'm not going to have you do yoga or any breathing exercises, although the College of Liberal Arts would probably like that. I just want to illustrate to everyone the importance of staying connected to each other. Life has a way of dragging us into the past or propelling us quickly to the future. But please remember to always be present, because if you aren't, you might miss the joy, the pain, and the growth of becoming your true self. My past has been an amazing journey that began 50 years ago this month. It started on Rural Route 1 in Enterprise, Alabama, where blacktop roads crisscrossed with red dirt ones, where we shared a party phone line with my grandparents and aunt and uncle, and where college seemed a million miles away. I was the first in my family to attend college, so I wasn't quite sure about how this whole process worked. But I was curious, I was a reader and a dreamer, and those dreams brought me to study at Auburn. People often ask, well, why did you choose Auburn? For that awesome decision, I have perhaps the best college athletics recruiter of all time to thank, Coach Pat Dye. Coach Dye was recruiting my brother to play college football, and Auburn grabbed my heart. I came from an Alabama family, so I was going against the tide when I decided to attend Auburn. And while my brother did end up playing for that other school, Coach Dye ended up coaching the only Robinette to make it to the NFL, me. That's for you, Chris. While here at Auburn, I worked in athletics, was an Auburn Tigerette, and dreamed of a way to combine my passion for the game of football with my career. Well, it took me a little while, but the foundation was laid right here at Auburn, under the watchful eye of Coach Dye and Miss Sue Locklear. They were the first to share the Auburn creed with me. It has guided me throughout my life, and it has stood the test of time. It bears significance greatly on today. It's printed on the back of your program, and I'm sure as an Auburn student, you've seen it posted thousands of times. But focusing on it today seems very appropriate. I believe that this is a practical world, that I can count on only what I can earn. Therefore, I believe in work, hard work. Believing in education, which gives me the knowledge to work wisely, trains my mind and hands to work skillfully. I believe in honesty and truthfulness. I believe in a sound mind, a sound body, a spirit that is not afraid, and a clean sports that develop these qualities. Obedience to law, believing in the human touch, which cultivates sympathy with my fellow man. I believe in my country because it is the land of freedom and because it is my own home, and that I can best serve my country by doing justly, loving mercifully, and walking humbly with my God. And most of all, because Auburn men and women believe in these things, I believe in Auburn and love it. Many things have changed since George Petrie wrote the Creed in 1945, but one thing has not changed, and that is that Auburn University is a special place, and the students and the moms and dads that decide to send their children here are very special people, and I am honored to be one of you. So your past will form you, and what you have experienced in this truly special place will be part of that past, one to be honored, cherished, and hopefully shared with the world around you. Every triumph, every failure, every love, and every heartbreak will form you. Embrace your past, but don't live in it. Acknowledge that while these experiences help shape you, they don't define you. Your roads of fulfillment will be a long and winding one. You may be sitting here today with a job already lined up, already found your true calling and ready to take on the world, or you may be still figuring it out. But one thing you are all sharing in common, and that is whatever you're thinking today will ultimately change. Be open to change, and you'll ultimately find your true path and your own true north. Finding my true north took some time, but when I finally locked in on it, I realized it had been there all along, right in front of me, guiding me. Charting your future begins with knowing what you ultimately want in life. At times, it can be very specific, and in others, like right now, maybe a little more general, but always know what that is. For me, it is simple things, making sure I can say yes to the following things. Am I being a kind and caring person to others? Am I being a good mother, sister, daughter, wife, and friend? Am I believing in a caring and forgiving God? And am I finding new challenges to expand my mind in new ways? I've not always been able to say yes to all those questions. Those were the times when I knew change was needed. You may not know all yours exactly right now, and as I said, they'll change over time. But that's okay. Take a moment to reflect and chart your own course. to quote the great Frank Sinatra in his song, My Way, "For what is a man, what has he got? If not himself, then he has not. Go find your true self. Godspeed, God bless you, and War Eagle."
Thank you, Ms. McKenna Doyle, for your inspiring remarks. It is now my pleasure to recognize several groups of students who are graduating with academic honors. First, I would like to recognize those undergraduates who are graduating with honors based on their cumulative grade point average. Students with a grade point average between 3.4 and 3.59 graduate cum laude. I ask all of our cum laude degree candidates to please stand. Please be seated. Students with a grade point average of 3.6 to 3.79 graduate magna cum laude. I ask that our magna cum laude degree candidates to please rise. Please be seated. Students with a grade point average of 3.8 or higher graduate summa cum laude. I ask our summa cum laude degree candidates to please stand and be recognized. Please be seated. 1979 marked the beginning of the honors program at Auburn University. In 1998, the program became the Honors College. Honors College students graduate with the distinction Honors Scholar. Would all who have earned the distinction Honors Scholar please rise? Please be seated. Phi Kappa Phi is Auburn University's highest all-discipline academic honorary. The members represent the top 10% of each college and school on campus. I now recognize those initiated into Phi Kappa Phi. Would you please stand? Please be seated. I would now like to recognize those candidates in the arts and sciences who have been inducted into Phi Beta Kappa, the nation's oldest academic honorary. Would all inductees into Phi Beta Kappa please stand and be recognized? Please be seated. I would also like to recognize our military service members. Would those degree candidates who were recently commissioned into the military services please stand to be recognized and remain standing? I now ask that all active duty military members and veterans in the arena today please stand and be recognized. Please be seated. Thank you all for your service to our country. Would Dean George Flowers of the Graduate School please come forward?
Would Althea Archmiller please stand? On behalf of the faculty in the Graduate School, I would like to introduce our student marshal, Althea Archmiller, who is receiving a doctorate of philosophy in forestry. Althea is from Auburn, Alabama. Now, would all candidates for the degrees of Doctor of Philosophy please rise? Trustee Huntley, President Googe, and Provost Businger, on behalf of the graduate faculty, it is my pleasure to present these degree candidates for the conferral of their degrees.
By virtue of the authority vested in me as a member of the Board of Trustees of Auburn University, I do now confer upon each of you the doctor's degree to which you are entitled with all the rights, privileges, and obligations thereunto pertaining. Please be seated.
Would all the candidates for the degree of Doctor of Audiology please stand? Trustee Huntley, President Googe, and Provost Businger, on behalf of the graduate faculty, it is my pleasure to present these degree candidates for the conferral of their degrees.
By virtue of the authority vested in me as a member of the Board of Trustees of Auburn University, I do now confer upon each of you the doctor's degree to which you are entitled with all rights, privileges, and obligations thereunto pertaining. Please be seated.
Part of the tradition associated with the awarding of this degree is a special ceremony involving the presentation of a doctoral hood. Would the major professors of the doctoral candidates please escort your graduate to the stage to be hooded as Professor Smith calls their name. Members of the Registrar's Office will direct you to the stage.
Dr. Althea Ann Archmiller, Major Professor Dr. Lisa Samuelson. Dr. Jessica Lauren Sims, Major Professor Dr. James Ryan. Dr. Elizabeth Ann Myers-Jones, Major Professor Dr. Jonathan Bolton. Dr. Virginia Claire Hughes, Major Professor Dr. Murray Jardine. Dr. Adam Michael Goodman, Major Professor Dr. Jeffrey Katz. Dr. Thomas Alexander Daniel, Major Professor Dr. Katz. Dr. Craig Francis Morris, Major Professor Dr. Alan Meyer. Dr. Farhat Kara, Major Professor Dr. John Cush. Dr. Jamie Sky Kinsley, Major Professor Dr. Anna Bertolet. Dr. Rolundus Remar Rice, accompanied by Madison Rice. Major Professor Dr. David Carter. Dr. Christopher Ryan Eklund, Major Professor Dr. Jennifer Brooks. Dr. John William Klein, Major Professor Dr. Donald Bohannon. Dr. Charles James Wexler, Major Professor Dr. Kenneth No. Dr. Sarah Elizabeth Green, Major Professor Dr. John Jackson. Dr. Rachel Lee Kraut, Major Professor Dr. Sridhar Krishnamurti. Dr. Sarah Kathleen Fisher, Major Professor Dr. Krishnamurti. Dr. Lindsay Ruth Bush, Major Professor Dr. Krishnamurti. Dr. Jordan Deanne Jones, Major Professor Dr. Judith Blumsack. Dr. Emily Jane Gregory Butt, Major Professor Dr. Blumsack. Dr. Robert S. Allen, Jr., Major Professor Dr. Blumsack. Dr. Emily K. Marshall, Major Professor Dr. Elisha Jones.
Please join me in congratulating these new doctoral graduates. Would all candidates for master's degrees please rise? Trustee Huntley, Provost Googe, and President Googe and Provost Businger. Sorry about that. On behalf of the graduate faculty, it is my pleasure to present these master's candidates for the conferral of their degrees.
By virtue of the authority vested in me as a member of the Board of Trustees of Auburn University, I do now confer upon you the master's degree to which you are entitled with all the rights, privileges, and obligations thereunto pertaining. Please be seated. Graduates will now come forward as Professor Smith calls your name. Members of the Registrar's Office will direct you to the stage.
Nicole Meads, Nikita Patel, Elizabeth Kelly, Brittany Strejic, Emmanuel Dickerson, Julie German, Melissa Hendrickson, Laura Bell, Kendall Burleson, Catherine O'Neill, Kaylee Hester, Holland Porter, Sherry Harrison, Alu Maroi Odumawe, Keisha Williams, Summer Powell, Andrea Sport, Lauren Smith, Keston Trammell, Blake Evans, Takesha Beverly, Khadidra Smith, Ching He, Michelle Hebner, Emily Nolan, Zoe Allgood, Lauren Thrash, Kelly Davis, Jennifer Johnson, Carmen Harper, Sarah Haley, Charlie Ann Grimes, Keith Griggs, Christina Daniel, Daniel D'Souza, Jonathan Kenny, William Lavendis, Patrick Farrell, Patrice Kiesling, Allison Pruitt, Dana Burns, Brandy Malsey, Christina Chisanek, Ian Colmer, Siobhan Gears, Ching Liang, Erin Ophi, Kristen Kirkland, Jorge Molina Martinez, Victor Vela Martinez, Elena Sanchez Vizcayano, Javier Tosopotas, Jose Ignacio Gallego Roa, Felipe Moraga, David Kistler, Charles Sturkey IV, Lauren Harris, Amber McDonald, Troy Dabney, Skylar Sherrill, Amy Douglas, Kaylee Hamrick, Young Atim, Laurie Nix, Amber Simpson, Laura Hanna, Lindsay Saunders, Lauren Studdard, Katie Miner, Molly Giddens, Kayla Bates, Lucy Littrell, Hannah Bryant, Sarah Leanne Lane. Rachel Louise Smith. Morgan Leonard. Kelsey Wadehouse.
Please join me in congratulating our new master's graduates. We now come to the conferring of the undergraduate degrees. Mr. President, the deans of the colleges and schools will come forward and present the candidates who have been approved by the faculty and recommended for the appropriate degrees. The candidates of each college or school will stand when presented and then be seated. Interim Dean Graham Lockaby, School of Forestry and Wildlife Sciences. This is Dr. Lockaby's last ceremony as Interim Dean of the School of Forestry and Wildlife Sciences. Dr. Lockaby will remain at Auburn University as a faculty member and as Associate Dean for Research in that college. Thank you, Dr. Lockaby, for your service.
Would Hillary Risk please rise? On behalf of the faculty in the School of Forestry and Wildlife Sciences, I would like to introduce our student marshal, Hillary Risk, who is receiving a degree in wildlife science. Hillary is from Strongsville, Ohio. Would all degree candidates from the School of Forestry and Wildlife Sciences please rise? Trustee Huntley, President Googe, Provost Businger, on behalf of the faculty in the School of Forestry and Wildlife Sciences, it is my pleasure to present these students with the conferral of the bachelor's degree. Please be seated.
Dean Joe Astrup, College of Liberal Arts.
Would Jasmine Carr please stand? On behalf of the faculty of the College of Liberal Arts, I would like to introduce our student marshal, Jasmine Carr, who is receiving her degree in English Literature and Sociology. Jasmine is from Jackson, Mississippi, and Harvard Law School bound. Trustee Huntley, President Googe, and Provost Businger. First, would all of our degree candidates please stand from the College of Liberal Arts? War Eagle. Trustee Huntley, President Googe, Provost Businger, on behalf of the faculty of the College of Liberal Arts, it is my pleasure to present these outstanding, talented, and dedicated students for the conferral of the bachelor's degree from the College of Liberal Arts.
Please be seated. Dean Greg Nishwander, School of Nursing.
Would Maria Grace May please stand? On behalf of the faculty in the School of Nursing, I would like to introduce our student marshal, Maria Grace May, who is receiving a degree in nursing and who was commissioned yesterday as an officer in the United States Navy. Maria is from Chester, Virginia. Would all of the degree candidates from the School of Nursing please rise? Trustee Huntley, President Gouge, Provost Businger, on behalf of the faculty in the School of Nursing, it's my great pleasure to present these students for the conferral of the bachelor's degree.
Will all the candidates for the bachelor's degrees please stand? What a great Mother's Day present. By virtue of the authority vested in me as a member of the Board of Trustees of Auburn University, I do now confer upon each of you the bachelor's degree to which you are entitled, with all the rights, privileges, and obligations thereunto pertaining. Please be seated.
Graduates, you will now come forward by your college or school to be introduced as Professor Smith calls your name. Members of the Registrar's Office will direct you to the stage.
The School of Forestry and Wildlife Sciences, Interim Dean Graham Lockaby. Hillary Risk. Megan Roy. Monica Richard. Sebastian Rodriguez. Connor Jordan. Dominique Price. Timothy Patrick Clotty. Danielle Gazala. Cassandra Clark. Heather Knowlton. Rachel Dedman. Chase Kinsey. Thomas Wilkins. Stephen Clemens. Tyler Lynn. Elliot Hart. Samuel Tate. Nathan Hatch. Kara Ball. Clayton Glassy. Bradley Meadows. Jacob Albritton. Zachary Bishop. Forrest Thompson. Cody Hester. Sean Custrid. Stephen Powers. James Peters. The College of Liberal Arts, Dean Joseph Astrup. Carl James Byers. Pierce Quinn. Hannah Gaddis. Amanda Paulson. Sarah Hollis. Elizabeth McIntyre. Zachary Potter. Darren Stull. Hannah Beth Baker. Andrew Herndon. Elizabeth Scott. Tyler Hepner. Alexis Brost. Caroline Barr. Adnan Khan. Olivia Stevens. Morgan Brown. Alexa Thomas. Stuart Drew. Molly Jenkins. Madeline Irby, Jasmine Carr, Tiffany Watson, Raven Johnson, Avery Manders, Kelly McCrary, Alexandria Cowden, James Coker, Morgan Amanda Jackson, Big John Sullen II, Diasha Dark, Marvia Scott, Raven McFarland, Bethany Gunn, Bria Janelle Johnson, Quatasha Patton, Mackenzie Van Gorder, John Tate O'Connor, Clint Mosley, Hunter Dryden, Ala Mansour, Michael Merritt, Shelby Edwards, Shannon Mobley, Elizabeth Hill, Taylor Good, Sydney Sims, Amanda Harris, Terry Solly, James Conrad Weinstock, Maxwell Mays, Matthew McCrary, Victoria Webb, Rachel Pippin, Caitlin Donahue, Nicole Gearhard, Michelle Roberts, Madison Clement, Elizabeth Ball, Carrie Gallel, Carol Lindy, Amanda Thompson, Joy Porter, Caitlin Hoff Mahoney, Alicia Valenti, Laura Mayhall, Catherine Pashkovich, Lauren Watts, Cade Lofton, Gabriel Rodriguez, Taylor Prouty, Mamie Littrell, Jessica Renee Carroll, Andrew Yawn, Kristen Killingsworth, Lauren Mullins, Stevie Bowling, Emily Kane, Sarah May, Leah Fasu, Alexis Barranca, Nicole Jones, Audrey Faircloth, Second Lieutenant Louis Roger, Kevin Kowalski, Second Lieutenant Zachary Wise, Jennifer Ladner, Sierra Shamblin, Rebecca Fowler, Cole Leonard, Taylor Ankers, Stephanie Pappas, Alyssa Barger, Mary Jane Sims, Taylor McCormick, Haley Simpson, Caroline Stevens, Clay Phillips, Taylor Akers, Jackson Pruitt, Logan Powell, David McKinney, Allison Divicino, Mallory Schneider, Nicole Christ, Shannon Colleen Smith, Amanda Lillian Foster, Devin Dalton, Alexander Edward Durenz, Christine Mitchell, Gavin Rawls, Kayla Moore, Haley McVeigh, Amy Hamilton, Kate Justament, Marissa Passy, Emily Reed, Ryan Lloyd, John Mercer, Tyson Lott, Stefan Margison, Laura Huddleston, Caitlin Lee, Brittany Webster, Aaron Locklear, Paulina Michaels, Preston Huggins, Sarah Caballero, Shannon Leach, Francesca Rivero Lugo, Lainey Gifford, Sydney Wright, Samuel Wilcox, Shenny Molina, Virginia Comer, Elizabeth Nicholson, Reed Stewart, Nicole Nystrom, Christy Key, Elizabeth Gimo, Carrie Sutterth, Melinda Mahan, Chastity Cannon, Cody Kubica, Paige Wagner, Elizabeth Roth, Samantha Bowman, Anna Henderson, Reagan Stentz, Courtney Michael, Sean Kemp, Benjamin Shiver, Meg McGuffin, Bridget Spurlock, Lindsay Warden, Keisha James, Natalie Robertson, Kirstiana Sloan, Laura Farah, Emily White, Aaron Pritchett, Daniel Reeves, Christopher Youngpeter, Stacy Harrington, Jessica Terrell, Elizabeth Lauritsen, Aaliyah Martin, Dabney Perrine, Peyton Rose, Kylie Putnell, Alicia Kendall, Tori Campbell, Samantha Scarlett, Austin Lacey, Sandy Malero, Malcolm Canada, Eric Jost, Aaron Cornell, Megan Cornell, Victoria Rivers, Cameron Brantley Rios, Franklin Dees, Christian Simmons, Autumn Stubbs, Bria Hilliard, Noelle Silman, Amanda Jackson, Morgan Stubbs, Catherine Watson, Rebecca Riley, Sarah Mitchell, Darby Harris, Alex Reeves, Austin Northerner, Olivia Napolitano, Anna Carroll, Leah McMillan, Lauren McGuffey, Justin Chain, Amy Borden, Lauren Blackstock, Ashton Parnell, Kelsey Coggins, Stacy Dermeyer, Elizabeth Murray, Summer Hester, Megan Barnett, Christopher Golden, Drew Glover, Carlos Naranjo Ayala Jr., Adam Piper, Ellie Banks, Evan Deloach, Mary Kathleen Bishop, James McDade, Taylor Cook, Emily Taylor, Savannah Jackson, Mallory Ferguson, Amanda Graves, Lexi Wood, Kayla Atchison, Perry Hamilton, Logan Bradshaw, Alyssa Bolin, Molly Harris, Asher Smale II, Sydney Feaster, Catherine Thornberry, Michelle Bankson, Alicia Jackson, Michael Webb, Thomas Webb, Ashley Watson, John David Spodek, Austin Zinkel, Andrew Rowland, Earl Myers III, Ryan Rivera, Antoinette Jones, Rebecca Portlock, Kelsey Plummer, Catherine Cox, Kendall Gunter, Derek Tice, Second Lieutenant Craig Longmire, Jonathan Wilson, William Mifflin II, George Merriam IV, Gloria Wesson, Mary Goodwin, Cameron Gordon, Jin Hee Yoon, Maggie Ingram, Whitney Sanford, Stephen Holden, Reverend John Duffy Sr., Miranda Scott, Spencer Dobbs, Gregory Muller, Melissa Elliott, Ellie Shavage-Gottstein, Catherine Herney, Christina Lowe, Caitlin Riley, Sarah Bales, Cassandra Rawls, Peyton Fleming, Lauren Spezio, Nicole Frenzy, Sarah Haygood, Hannah Shaw, William Pettit, William Prosh III, Nicole Rodriguez, Kaylee Pierce, John Houston, Marissa Marmolejo, Mary Allison Tyner, Lowry McNeil, Jonathan Morris, Erica Jones, Shelby Keel, Kira Logan, Morgan McVeigh, Lori Webb, Ellen Klemecki, Calder Clay, Clara West, Cameron Weinman, Elise Miller, Tyler Wyndham, Second Lieutenant John Burgess, Second Lieutenant Robert Gow, Second Lieutenant Maya Wen, Second Lieutenant Felicia Raff, Bradley Perry, Mark Taylor, Ryan Chatterton, Brandon Cardona, Miranda Marty, Ashley Edwards, Dylan Nettles, Emily Norton, Jennifer Yervis, Deontay Brooks, Sean Crouch, Elizabeth Guy, Emma Galarraga, Kiara McClellan, Samuel Hickman, Chelsea Kimbrough, Megan Story, Katsy Lehman, Lucy Igo, Dearius Daniels, David Sandifer, Matthew Pollock, Kyle Nazario, Anthony Russo, Sarah Huck, Aaron Poole, Maureen Broshton, Caroline Layden, Rachel Griffin, Lydia Allison, Emily Mixon, Ellie Collins, Jenny Hurst, Caitlin Grunder, Aaron Duff, Sarah Silveri, Andrew Baker, Justine Nordstrom, Hannah Young, Eleanor Bacon, Chelsea Phillips, Jalen Denson, Casey Watkins, Keani Parker, Leah Say, Lydia Butts, Mikhail Crockett, Arnold Obungu, Francesca Tully, Brady Nelson, Stephen Vickers Jr., John Otsuki, Lindsay Henson, Kingsley Yonker, Elizabeth Radford, Heather Hubbs, Rebecca Roberts, Anna Claire Terry, John Seipel, Timothy Bruner, Ashton Cole, Allison Minyard, Emily J., Molly Meeks, Molly Catherine Adams, Emily Horner, Lauren Gray, Marty Frederick, Samantha Prefer, Gregory Narigian, Catherine Calhoun, Jamie Wallace, Rachel Burns, Lindsay Watts, Kayla Brzezinski, Catherine Hughes, Rolanda Binion, Hannah Pryor, Amy Klein, Valencia Oglesby, Catherine Thorson, Jennifer Walsh, Chloe Courtney, Savannah Hill, Chandler Dunn, Madeline Burkhart, Guy Bealey, John Brannon III, Matthew Tolke, William Harlow, Heather McDonald, Darcy Corbett Hall, Michael Burrow, Rebecca Wright, Megan Teresen, Lanier Kirk, Olivia Buckland, Joanna Johnson, Julia Meadows, Eleanor Hudson, Alexandra Frank, Allison Baumbach, Alexandra Giddens, Sarah Ann Oberkirk, Samantha Parker, Morgan Klein, Matthew Burston, Mia Pleasant, Nikisha Webb, Amanda Talley, Brock Phillips, Kristen Vigilant, Mackenzie Thomas, Alexandra Griego, Madeline Hughes, Alexandra Renfro, Paula DeMann, Taylor Kane, Kathleen O'Hara, Gabrielle Weyerbach, Taylor Carr, Courtney Hewitt, Megan Reynolds, Mason Longingbach, Elizabeth Harmon, Sarah Muyal, Jackson Granger, Carson Bailey, Cameron Lucas, Catherine McDonald, Jacob Heflin, David Turtelot, Gabriella Anderson, Paula Bagley, Daly Browning, Hannah Caudle, Jennifer Harper, Colin Clayton, Hope Kennemer, Stephen Roberts, Catherine Shields, Emily Neal, Hannah Irwin, Olivia Butler, Hannah Rice, Kara Duke, Aubrey Walsh, Hannah Selman, Emery Clark, Casey O'Neill, Jesse Harrison, Leanne Brantley, Shay McCauley, Haley Turner, Jamie Boyd, Faith Mostella Morgan, Catherine Henley, Aaron Miller, Zachary Lazary, Elena Turley, Amy Mangum, Mary Morgan Gamble, Emily Gaines, Brian Napier, Brett Zippe, Brandon Gann, William Money, Nicholas Hoisington, Alexander Price, Blake Brookshire, Karen Tyson, Nicholas Hines, Aubrey Anderson, Zoe Witt, Tabitha LaCourse, Lauren Gray, Adam Brown, Marcelo Chirghini, Gwen Walker, Anna Elizabeth Howell, Robert Pinover, Ariel Reynolds, Elise Weiser, Elizabeth Dean, Christian Daniel, Alexander Strickland, Ashley Sweet, Kelsey Gaynor, Dagan Bond, Emily Johannes, Amelia Whittle, Frank Whittle, Hunter Denton, Charles Fox V, Savannah Segrist, Austin Calloway, Kane Grimster, Robert Harris, Connor Roel, Philip Fox, Kevin Murphy, Sally Martin, Taylor Williams, Holly Hamilton, James David Reese, Elizabeth Grace Jolly, Emma Sager, Lauren Boyer, Rebecca Wooten, Lindsay Kelly, Melissa Borden, Faith Warner, Laura Mitchell, William Passetti, Madeline DeGeorge, Carrie Coppinger, Matthew Robbins, Joshua Cleary, Kagan Jenkins, Paige Toxey, Jennifer Melnick, Kayla Jimenez, Lauren Whittleson, Second Lieutenant Taylor Conwell, Ashley Spence, Morgan Dorr, Caroline Nevin, Stephen Reynolds, Peyton Holbrook, Lucia Minozzi, Rebecca Bell, Hallie Haynes, Bonnie Biggers, Elizabeth White, Haley Shook, Callie Henley, Katie Allen Payne, Susan Wagner, Caroline Given, Valerie Cashin, Leanne Portera, Catherine Tynes, Brian Watford, Sarah Buck, Lauren Klepek, Kendra Arsenault, Shawnee Armstead, Rebecca Fisher, Aspen Hancock, Second Lieutenant Aaron Callahan, Samuel Strickland, Alexander Mendez, Justin Ferguson, Kyle Van Vechtman, Madeline Urat, Luke Inglis, Thomas Savitt, Emily Ivy, David Hathcock, Colin Kelly, Matthew Dorowski, Ashley Hillman, Michelle Shields, Carly Piconia, the School of Nursing, Dean Greg Neuschwander, Megan Vaughn, Sophia Malaji, Samantha Schaefer, Caitlin Perry, Kristen Thomas, Megan Lontine, Brittany Buckingham, Jordan Saharsky, Chandler Scott, Neely Duffy, Mary Vondrak, Ashton Legier, Paige Mandeville, Julie Trumbull, Auburn Riddle, Natalie Quinn, Catherine Pfeiffer, Allison Gilpin, Stephanie Van Sant, Danielle Caleri, Brooke Rochelle, Kelsey Davenport, Ensign Shannon Rooker, Ensign Maria May, Amanda Adamson, Katie Evett, Caroline Ledbetter, Mallory Murphy, Caitlin Reeves, Kinsey Hill, Catherine Barton, Kristen Sims, Grace Murphy, Kelly Richardson, Olivia Shelton, Taylor Flemion, Calvin Johnson, Alexandria Self, Mary Garrett, Caitlin Erickson, Caitlin Leday, Margaret Major, Kristen Portner, Patrick Mason, Mark Richardson, Aaron Swindle, Leah Zutter, Catherine Spain, Dana Sizemore, Kelly Parker, Olivia Meir, Sydney Wade, Elizabeth Edwards, Emily Adlich, Lindsay Webb, Brittany Trammell, Lindsay Kelly, Rachel Lee, Hannah Sims, Kinsey Crow, Haley Bruce, Taylor Johnson, Lindsay Robertson, Jackson Corneliuson, Alyssa Bray, Caroline Sexton, Alexandra Moran, Madison Drinkard, Jill Strawn, Brittany Oliver, Alexandra Harmoning, Andrea Dooley,
Graduates, you are now part of the Auburn alumni family. Ms. Regina Sanders will now bring you greetings from the Auburn Alumni Association. Please welcome Ms. Regina Sanders.
First of all, on behalf of the Auburn Alumni Association, congratulations to all of you graduates and parents as you reach this very important milestone. You've demonstrated the hard work that our creed speaks of. The excitement that all of you feel is absolutely electric, and to become a graduate of this great university is something to be proud of for years to come. Would all Auburn alumni please stand and be recognized? That means you. Thank you. You may be seated. I am both honored and humbled to bring remarks to you today on behalf of the Auburn Alumni Association. I'm dating myself, but it was almost exactly 20 years ago today in 1995 when I walked across the stage to receive my bachelor's degree. The journey has been long and with both challenges and triumphs, but through it all, there were and still remain remnants of what I learned and gained from my experience here at Auburn. When I walked across the stage to receive my diploma, I had no idea what the future would hold, but I did know that whatever it was, I was prepared for it. From best friends and relationships that started my freshman year to professors and administrators that I remain in contact with, my Auburn experience have helped shape the person that I am today. That is why I have been active as an alumni. Auburn gave me a lot, and as you reflect and advance in your now professional lives, I guarantee you will come to the same realization. Starting with becoming a member of the Auburn Alumni Association, there are a number of opportunities for you to pay it forward to those who will eventually sit in your seats as graduates one day. I encourage each of you to be intentional about staying connected to your Auburn family. By simply visiting the Auburn Alumni Association website, you can start your professional connection via the Virtual Career Center and find one of the almost 100 local Auburn clubs to join and connect with other Auburn alumni and friends in your area. Whether it's coming back for games, remaining engaged with your respective colleges, serving on Auburn University boards and advisory councils, or donating funds to the university, do something. A lot of people say their university is the best, and it probably is to them, but Auburn is truly a special place. I sense it every time I come back to campus, be it for an event or to talk with students or for an athletic event, and you will too. It manifests itself in the way people just say hey on campus when you run into them, and the genuine courtesy that I see exuded from students when I am here. Among other things, that's why I believe in Auburn and love it. So, I charge you as you go on to be the extraordinary men and women that Auburn has prepared you to be. Why? Because that's what Auburn men and women do. War Eagle.
Thank you, Ms. Sanders. As we conclude our ceremony, I would like to take a moment for us to recognize those who have made this day possible. Please join me in thanking Auburn University's Graduation Committee and all those who have worked to make this commencement ceremony a success. And finally, graduates, thank you for choosing Auburn University. It has been our pleasure to serve you as educators, mentors, and friends. May you experience a truly successful life. You may now turn your tassels to the left. Congratulations, and War Eagle. We will conclude our ceremony with the singing of the Alma Mater, led by Terry Solly. Would everyone please stand and remain standing until the platform party, faculty, and new doctors have recessed from the arena. Students, you may drop off your cap and gown as you exit to the right.